I would recommend Studyiq mock interview very highly, and the experience was very good. The arrangement of the institute and the coordination of the faculty members, they were really good.
Yes, it was a good experience and I recommend it to others as well.
I will highly recommend everyone who is preparing for civil service, especially for interview.
My overall experience was very nice. I would highly recommend people to give mocks here.
The quality of board members were very good. So yes, I will definitely recommend it.
Definitely the interview experience was very good.
It was an overall nice experience, and yes, I would be recommending it to others as well.
Yes, ma'am, certainly.
Yes, I would recommend.
I would definitely recommend.
Yes, I would definitely.
I will recommend you highly that you should have once a conversation in Studyiq as well.
May I come in, sir?
Yeah, please come in.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am.
बैठिए.
Thank you, sir.
Very good.
Thank you, sir.
अच्छा greeting style है. Loud, clear.
Thank you, sir.
Very good. What's your name?
Sir, Kanishak Aggarwal.
Kanishk.
Sir.
तो ये ए क्यों लगा रखा है बीच में?
Sir, I honor the will of my grandfather, sir.
उन्होंने लगा दिया.
Yes, sir.
Change करो इसको. Affidavit देख के क्या जो भी वो है प्रोसेस. स्पेलिंग करेक्ट होना चाहिए ना. अदरवाइज वो जो थोड़ा वो it can be misunderstood. Kanishk. So we won't ask you anything about Raja Kanishk, हैं? We will not ask you anything. आपकी हॉबीज में एक है कंटेनर गार्डनिंग. क्या करते हैं उसमें आप?
सर, मैं गमले में जो पौधे हैं जो लगभग हरे रहते हैं पूरे साल और फूलों वाले पौधे हैं उन्हें उगाता हूँ. गमले सर मिट्टी के भी होते हैं.
अब अंग्रेजी पे आ जाइए. इंटरव्यू इंग्लिश में है. मैंने तो आधा सवाल किया.
एंड सर, around 25% of my pots are reusable in nature. For example, the food containers, the rags, the paint containers. Rest 75% I use the earthen pots, the plastic pots, to grow plants like palm, hibiscus, rose, jasmine, sir.
Hibiscus? Hibiscus you grow in a container?
Yes, sir.
Achha. Bonsai or the regular plant?
Sir, regular one, sir.
What is the difference between bonsai and regular plant?
Sir, in bonsai, the age of plant is high, while the dimensions of plant are less. This is done by...
like a hibiscus plant in the ground will go up to maximum what height, and in a container, same plant will gain what height?
Although, sir, there are multiple varieties of hibiscus, the ones which I have seen on ground have reached till 5 feet to 6 feet. And if I plant a hibiscus in a container of say 20 inches, 24 inches, I can achieve that height. However, if I plant the same hibiscus in a 6 inches pot, I won't achieve a height. I would achieve around 2 feet tall, sir.
Which would flower more?
Sir, the taller one, because it's more mature, sir.
नहीं, but आप तो कह रहे हैं कंटेनर में bonsai की तरह वो mature होते रहते हैं. They don't gain that height.
Sir,
like
sorry for
bonsai, it keeps maturing, but it doesn't take that height, or we don't let it take. है ना? Okay, let's move a little further from this area only. What is Amrit Udhan?
Sorry, sir, I am unaware about this, sir.
Amrit Udhan, Amrit Garden. उद्यान तो गार्डन है और अमृत है.
Sir, I can make an attempt based on the...
Do that, please.
Sir, it's about having a gardens in the cities as we enter the Amrit Kal.
ये नहीं नाम है. Amrit Udhan is a name of a garden, of a very famous garden.
Sir, it's the Rashtrapati Garden, sir, which have been renamed, sir.
Yes, of course. Now it's called Amrit Udhan. Earlier it was called what?
Sir, I believe it was named after some Mughal emperor or English.
Who was that Mughal emperor?
Sir, I will read about it, sir.
You are a close neighbor to Delhi, है ना? And you are a student of writing IAS. तो ये तो बड़ा clear होना चाहिए आपको, नहीं? But never mind. I mean, why this garden is, since you are into flowers, growing flowers and things like, this is known for what? क्या खासियत है इसकी?
Sir, it is open for public display in the months of February, and it blooms multiple varieties of flowers, and flowers are an attraction to the tourists, sir.
And what is the fee, entry fee?
Sir, I believe it's free of cost, sir.
Very good. So it is open in February only till Feb end?
Sir, I believe it's in the spring season, sir, because the flowers bloom in spring.
No, they are blooming even now. Which flowers are you referring to?
Sir, I've seen some photos. I've seen roses there.
Which flowers, when you say that, when I say that the flowers bloom in March also, which bloom in Feb. So what are these flowers? Give some names.
Sir, winter flowering plants are some,
Yes,
such as
winter
petunia, pansy, gazania, geranium, zinnia, calendula.
Zinnia.
Sir.
अब गलती मत करो यार, ज़ीनिया तो विंटर का नहीं है. चलिए कोई बात नहीं, बट गो एंड विजिट दैट गार्डन एटलीस्ट. अभी खुला हुआ है.
Sure, sir.
आपका इंटरव्यू भी अभी बहुत दूर है, अभी जाते हुए देखते. घर से फरीदाबाद से आया हो?
Yes, sir.
यू मस्ट विजिट. ओके, गार्डन में है ना, वहाँ पे बड़ा. और आपको आई मीन दे मे नॉट आस्क यू अबाउट दैट गार्डन, बट यू विल गेट इंफॉर्मेशन which would be very authentic, because you would be seeing it.
Sir.
And what special flowers are associated with this garden? That also you will know. Tell me, in your area there's a fair held very regularly called Suraj Kund Mela. Yeah, you are aware of that?
Yes, sir.
Why is called Suraj Kund?
Sir, it was by the Kund meaning the pond. It was developed by the dynasty, and which worshipped the sun dynasty of Rajput, sir, I believe, and therefore they constructed this. I believe it was Toma dynasty, sir.
They used to, that dynasty also held Mela?
No, sir, the Mela was developed in the last couple of decades, sir. It has been given an international stature around 2015-2016, sir.
बात इंटरनेशनल पार्टिसिपेंट्स आते हैं?
Yes, sir.
When did you visit last?
Sir, I visited 2 years back, sir.
2 years back. What happens towards the end of the day? Each day of the Mela?
Sir, there used to be some cultural functions such as singing.
It has ended now?
No, sir, this year also it happened, sir. The singing nights, the dancing clubs, the ram shows for the cultural sarees.
Why you say there used to be some cultural show? What used to means it's no more now, or it's still conducted?
It's still conducted, sir. Sorry for the...
Last question, quickly, very quickly. Your area is also known for important controversies about Aravali Hills and mining in that area. Isn't it? It has always been in news for a very, very long time. What is the latest order of the Supreme Court on this? Because it has been litigated for a long time.
Sorry, sir, I should have known this, sir.
Okay, thank you.
You're coming from Faridabad.
Yes, sir.
Faridabad was put in the list of smart cities or something. Or Faridabad was to be developed as a smart city. Some years ago, that is what we heard. And can you see any visible signs of this smart city?
Yes, sir. Number one, there has been a coordination center in the police department for the traffic movement and installation of cameras. Second, sir, the road nearby my home is built under the project of smart city. It's very famous in Faridabad. It's gives new avenues. The plantation drive, the cycling ramp, the cycling tracks are being developed on the road. And thirdly, sir, the Badkal Lake is also being redeveloped, sir.
But in some parts of Faridabad, you know that the roads are in such a dilapidated condition. The smart city thing, doesn't go there. Why is it so? Do you think that Faridabad is being developed really as a smart city with a time frame and all that? No?
Although, sir, there are some roads which have a scope for improvement. But, sir, the latest development in the roads are being laid out in the cement form, and rainwater harvesting is also being integrated as part of the road development, sir.
Okay. Then tell us, why is a money bill introduced only in the Lok Sabha?
Sir, I believe that Lok Sabha is the popular house and has a greater responsibility towards the people. It's directly elected, and the prerogative of the money bill is to give the executive to take out money from the consolidated fund of India. So it's a special responsibility, sir.
So money bill is only for taking out money from consolidated fund, or
Sir, it also
it serves other purposes also?
Sir, at the moment I can think of this only, sir.
Okay. Read on that.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Then why did this government spokesman say that this Trump's tariff attack doesn't affect our economy?
Sir, Indian export basket is quite diversified. We do not solely depend on USA for our exports. Moreover, sir, secondly, that we have a quite good relations with USA when compared to US relation with other countries such as China and Canada. So we can capitalize upon their vacuum created by the Chinese goods, and the Indian industry is well poised for this, sir.
But have you seen his statement yesterday, where he says that I have very good relationship with India. However, they are a high tariff country, and therefore I am going to fix them from 2nd of April onwards. So how do these things to square with each other? Your good relationship with India and imposing high tariff on Indian goods.
So differences do exist among the country. Either country tries to pursue its national interest. However, sir, diplomacy can bridge these differences, can avoid the differences to become dispute, and the sensitive areas can be tackled, such as the agriculture areas, and mutual talks upon this can go a long way in strengthening the trade relations, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, Kanishk.
Good afternoon.
So you come from the famous state of Haryana. What is Haryana famous for?
Ma'am, Haryana is famous
Give
for...
me two positive and two negatives.
Positives are, number one, it's famous for the achievements in sports sector, particularly the wrestling. Number two, Haryana produces more than 50% of India's two-wheelers, the four-wheelers as well. And the negatives, ma'am, there is a lower sex ratio at birth in Haryana. And number two, although much less, but the prevalence of khaaps are still present in Haryana.
So what is the current sex ratio in Haryana?
Ma'am, I believe it's around 907. Ma'am.
Are you sure?
Ma'am, I believe so, but I will recheck.
So what was the highest and the lowest in sex ratio in Haryana? And when was Haryana at its peak?
2 to 3 years back, ma'am, the sex ratio at birth was at its peak, and the lowest was around in 2014, before the initiation of Beti Bachao Beti Padhao Abhiyan.
So what are the factors that has brought Haryana once again back to its one of the lowest?
Ma'am, my reading suggests that the technology has innovated to an extent that it has become portable. Nowadays, mobile vans supply this ultrasound machines from the neighboring states such as Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan, and because of this, the sex determination is increasing in the neighboring districts.
But it is illegal.
Yes.
So why is it still happening, and why is it not being checked by the administration?
Ma'am, it's difficult to control the cross-state movement, the police being a state subject, and there's a lesser coordination amongst the two police systems, ma'am, which...
So what can bring about a change here in this direction? What can, check this phenomena according to you?
Ma'am,
from administration's perspective.
Yes. Ma'am, number one, there has to be a cross security at the border points where the two district changes the road. And number two, there can be a tracking of these vehicles by means of technology such as artificial intelligence.
Okay. So tell me, what is the contribution of Faridabad to Haryana's economy?
Ma'am, Faridabad is amongst the largest taxpayers contribution in Haryana. Secondly, Faridabad contributes in the agriculture development, such by means of escorts and Aisher, which are in Faridabad. The automobiles are also immense. Yamaha Motors is present in Faridabad. And thirdly, henna is a product of Faridabad. It's world famous.
Mhm. And what about the state budget? What has Faridabad got in Haryana's budget?
Ma'am, although I haven't went through the entire budget, but there has been announcement that upon 10 kilometers there will be establishment in school. This will prosper the education needs of the district. And secondly, there has been a thrust upon the Jewel link, which will prosper the Faridabad economies.
Mhm. Anything else that was very prominently in news?
Ma'am, I will read about it. I apologize for that.
So quickly tell the board three women that come to your mind the moment I say Haryana.
Sakshi Malik, the Fogart sisters, and Manu Bhakat.
Mhm. And why these three only?
They have done what men haven't done from India, ma'am. They have outpaced men in the fields of the sports which demand physical rigor, such as wrestling, ma'am. And that too in an setup which is not so friendly to women, ma'am.
What do you think is the reason behind these polar opposites? On one front, women are doing so well from Haryana in sports, and on the other hand, now we see it's the state with the lowest sex ratio.
Ma'am, it's the dietary habits which gives physical fitness to the women players. Moreover, ma'am, Haryana is famous for its strength from the past, the martial strength which it carries, the tradition of such.
Mhm. And why the other phenomena? Why is there this stark difference? This is what I'm trying to highlight and take your opinion on. Why is there this stark difference in the condition of women? On one hand, they're not being allowed to be born, and on the other, they are excelling.
Patriarchy comes in that place, ma'am. Some sections of the society see women as a burden. Their education prospects, the prospects of marriage, it's seen as a burden, ma'am.
So are you trying to say that all these sports women come from one particular section of Haryana, one particular social location within Haryana?
No, ma'am, but they do not come from well-to-do families. They come from a rural background. And ma'am, I will do my reading upon it, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Kanishk.
Kanishk, earlier in the interview, in this discussion, you mentioned about cycling tracks being built in Faridabad under the Smart Cities mission. Have you ever seen anyone using these cycling tracks?
Yes, sir. In fact, sir, I also use them often. It's on the road connecting the Badkal road to the Nairpar area, sir.
Okay. In a tropical country where you have harsh summer for close to 6-7 months, 8 months, do you think that's a very practical solution to have to ease public transport or even urban transport?
Sir, from the perspective of exercise, the cycling tracks are beneficial. However, from the perspective of public transport, the cycle needs to be redeveloped, and we see electric cycles being deployed, which reduces the physical fatigue, sir.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell us why there is this developmental disparity between Faridabad and Noida and Gurugram?
Sir, with regard to Gurugram, the Gurugram attracted private investors because post bifurcation of the district, Gurugram got cheaper land. Faridabad was near to the Yamuna. The slope was favorable. This gave it agricultural richness, and so the land prices were higher. And Gurugram is also near to the IGI airport. Sir, with regard to Noida, Noida was planned as an industrial city. Some villages were clubbed under the Noida authority, and it's because it's more planned, has larger plot areas, and not a city in the sense which Faridabad originated. Noida got developed more, sir.
So would you say that out of the three, Faridabad is the least developed?
Sir, as of now, but it's on a way to become an industrial powerhouse, sir, soon.
Okay. Tell us about this Satluj-Yamuna link issue. If I were to ask you for a practical solution to it, what would you recommend?
Sir, the Reorganization Act 1966 mandated the sharing of water of the Ravi Bias rivers with the Haryana, as well as the Iradi Commission, which was constituted, called for the transfer of river waters. Sir, at the moment, the contestation of either side needs to be solved, and there can be a recalculation of the river flow so that the ample amount can be transferred to Haryana, sir.
Okay. So how would you recalculate it? What parameters would you keep in mind while making this formula?
Sir, the flow of river needs to be seen in the wake of climate change. The diversion by means of agriculture canal needs to be seen, and then we can, sir, recalculate the availability of water and which can be channelized to Haryana, sir.
Okay. Were you present in Delhi NCR when we had the earthquake recently?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear this loud booming sound, rumbling sound?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us why was that sound created?
So there were two reasons. One, it was a shallow earthquake, the epicenter lying near the earth crust. And second, sir, the epicenter was also in the Delhi NCR itself, particularly in the Delhi, Nangloi village, Nangloi village, sir. And these were the two reasons which created this sound, sir.
So why did the sounds, what waves caused the sound to come?
Sir, it was due to the vibration of the earth crust. And sir, regarding the nature of waves, sir, I will read about it, sir.
Okay. One last question for you. In say one line or two lines or less, okay, do you think climate change talks have been fair to Global South?
Sir, the promised climate finance has not been delivered yet. Moreover, the finance which has to be transferred, which has been calculated as $1 trillion, has not been promised. The negotiating terms are different, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Kanish.
Thank you very much. We see you again in 2 minutes. Please wait outside.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
आइए श्रीमान जी, कनिष्क अग्रवाल बैठे। बताइए साहब, क्या चाहते हैं आप जिंदगी में? बताइए, UPSC can ask you, what do you want?
Sir,
out of, although you have given your options, पर वो कहें कि इसको और narrow down करिए, बताइए।
Sir, the immediate I seek is the success in this examination, and in the long term I seek satisfaction, sir.
ये आपका थर्ड अटेम्प्ट है ना?
सर फोर्थ
सॉरी फोर्थ। देखिए वैसे आप मतलब काफ़ी अलर्ट हैं, आपके आंसर्स भी क्रिस्प हैं, अच्छे हैं, यू अंडरस्टैंड थिंग्स वेल, यू आंसर रीजनेबली गुड आंसर्स। एक इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ है कि क्वेश्चंस को ख़त्म होने दो, यू आर इन ए हरी टू स्टार्ट, है ना? आप क्यों जल्दी में, बताइए? आपका अगर आपके हिस्से का टाइम मेंबर ही ले रहा है तो आपका इंटरव्यू शॉर्ट होगा, अच्छी बात है। सो नहीं, वो तो एक हो गया लाइटर वेन में। असली बात ये है कि कम्युनिकेशन में ये बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है दैट यू शुड वेट, लेट द अदर पर्सन फिनिश, सो डोंट बी इन अ रश। वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है। इफ़ यू डू दैट, एकदम से नेगेटिव हो जाता है उसका। तो देखिए आपको ना होमवर्क बहुत करने की ज़रूरत है। अभी आपके पास मतलब यू आर अमंग्स वेरी फॉर्चुनेट कैंडिडेट्स कि 1 महीना अभी भी आपके पास है। मतलब आपने काफ़ी सारा जो टाइम आपके पास था उसको बहुत वेल यूटिलाइज नहीं किया है ना? मेंस कर लिया यार, 4th अटेम्प्ट में, 3rd 4th अटेम्प्ट में आपका पहला चांस है ना ये, तो उसको सीरियसली क्यों नहीं ले रहे? थोड़ा सीरियस हो जाओ। और ये जो आपके पास मोर देन 3 वीक्स है ना, दिस इज़ प्लेंटी ऑफ टाइम, बहुत टाइम है ये। 10-15 दिन में आपकी हालत इतनी फर्स्ट क्लास हो जाएगी। आप अपने डैफ के जितने एंट्रीज हैं उस पर काम करिए, अपने स्टेट पे बहुत काम करिए। हरियाणा इज़ अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेट, इट इज़ ज्वाइनिंग डेली, पानी देता है इसको, दुनिया भर के वो हैं। और बिकॉज इट्स वेरी क्लोज बाय, सो लॉट ऑफ जो पैनल पे जो लोग हैं वो जानते हैं हरियाणा के बारे में, फरीदाबाद के बारे में, वहाँ की प्रॉब्लम्स, चैलेंजेस, है ना? तो यू मस्ट बी थॉरो अबाउट वेरियस इश्यूज एंड प्रॉब्लम्स। फरीदाबाद के बारे में, फरीदाबाद, यू आस्क योर पेरेंट्स एंड ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स, इट हैज़ बीन लाइक दिस। क्लीनलीनेस कुछ नहीं है। स्मार्ट सिटी का क्या मतलब होता है ना? हमेशा ऐसे ही मतलब it doesn't stand as a very good city. ठीक है, पहले पोल्यूशन बहुत भारी इसकी प्रॉब्लम रही है बहुत लॉन्ग टाइम, क्योंकि फैक्ट्रीज बहुत थी, है ना. तो एंड देन ऑफ कोर्स योर नेबरहुड अरावलीज एंड ऑल दैट. मुगल गार्डन यार, ये तो रोज़ इन खबरों में आता रहता है. अमृत उद्यान, अमृत कर करके तो गवर्नमेंट पगला गई है, हर चीज़ में अमृत, है ना. तो आप इतना सोचना पड़ रहा है, इसने आपको क्लू दिए आपको, तब जाके आपने पकड़ा उसको. नहीं, वहाँ भी यूपीएससी में भी क्लूज देते हैं, हेल्प करते हैं, ऐसे घबराने की बात नहीं है. बट देन यू शुड बी थॉरो. जैसे क्वेश्चन तो वेट करना है, मेरे का जल्दबाजी नहीं करनी है. एंड देन यू इंफॉर्मेशन शुड बी एट योर, जैसे कहते हैं ना, हाथ बिल्कुल रेडी होनी चाहिए, फिंगर टिप्स, नहीं. So, do plenty of homework about, and the sources are clear, your DAF and current events. आपसे कोई भी इंटरनेशनल इवेंट्स का सवाल नहीं पूछे गए, है ना. तो इसमें भी बहुत, आपका IFS क्या है, 4th चॉइस है
सर?
थर्ड. तो देखिए कितनी इम्पोर्टेंट सर्विस है, उससे रिलेटेड इतना. और द इंटरनेशनल जो वर्ल्ड है आज, तो वो हो रहा है, इज सो वॉलेटाइल. तो इन सब पे आप क्वेश्चन जनरेट कर रहे हो, आपके पास बहुत टाइम है. यानी एनीथिंग यू सी इन द न्यूज़पेपर, यू शुड बी एबल टू स्पीक 2 sentences एट लीस्ट, है ना. वेदर इट रिलेट्स टू बिजनेस और स्टॉक मार्केट और अमेरिका की मार्केट, ऑल पॉलिटिक्स एंड एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, एवरीथिंग. ठीक है. ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट. थैंक यू.